lovely gray sky cloudy day. I'm going to talk about Key West. Also, look what my new cat did to me. Heckin' rude. Alright. I've heard it's a rite of passage when you get a cat. But she hasn't done to Jeremy yet. We'll see. Alrighty. We are going to jump into the presentation of Key West, Florida. Again, my follower goal on the screen is a lie. I don't know why it insists on lying. I tried to go into Stream Elements to update it. Like, I completely deleted it and updated it. And it's still showing 48. But I'm really at 46, I want to say. So I don't know why it's lying. Anywho. Alright. So, in case you didn't know, you're watching Imbeccable Images. Today we're going to talk about Key West, which is an island in Florida. By the way, I put this presentation together like 2 weeks ago. But last week we had a call with Greece at like 6 a.m. on Friday morning, and I was so anxious that like I could not bring myself to stream. But yeah. Alright, travel review. Key West, Florida. We're doing it. We're going to finally present the presentation that I made 2 weeks ago. So Key West, Florida is one of the Florida Keys. Imagine that. It is located off the southeastern tip of mainland Florida. It's originally called Bone Island, which I thought was dark and mysterious, so I looked that up. So it's called Bone Island because human bones of the Calusa tribe members were found throughout the island when Spaniards discovered the island. Spanish settlers called Key West Cayohueso, which apparently English speakers thought they were saying Key West, so that's how we got the name Key West. It's from them hearing Spanish people saying Cayohueso, and they got Key West out of that. How? I don't really know. I don't see it or hear it. But yeah. Honestly, Bone Island is like cooler. But anyway, conch is a popular term and symbol in the Key West. It's unofficial flag, so they unofficially seceded from the Union, of America. And they came up with their own whole flag. It's got a conch shell on it. And the locals are called conches as well. The New Year, you know how like in New York City they have like the ball drop? It really just kind of like floats down this pole. So Key West has their own version of that, where a giant man-made conch makes its way down a pole. And if you happen to want to go to Key West to see this and ring in the new year, you will want to go to Sloppy Joe's. It's a bar in Key West, and they are the ones that host this conch drop. So there you go. Now you know where you're going for the new year. So this was... I have not traveled here just to like go to Key West. Key West was a stop on a cruise that I was on several years ago. And for some reason, we weren't able to port in the cruise pier. You'll see on the map it says cruise piers. We were not able to port there. Probably because there already was a ship occupying the space, which you'll see in a picture in a few slides. So we had to actually port at the U.S. Coast Guard. So before we got off of the ship, the cruise director had to like announce, like they have like the intercom on a cruise ship, and he had to like announce to everybody about how we were going to port in a military base, so we weren't allowed to take pictures at port, and we weren't allowed to take pictures in the port, basically until we went through like the gate of the port into the town. That was not the time, Aspen. No. I don't know if you can hear her crying or not. So our first views from this cruise, and I think this was a Norwegian cruise. I could be wrong. But our first views were of the military base, and then we were put on this trolley kind of thing, and we're taken to Clinton Square, which is a popular shopping district in Old Town, Key West. So I rated the port as port. It's a port. And we had to, because we had a port at the military base and we weren't allowed to take pictures, so the port itself wasn't exciting. So I rated it badly. I gave it a 1 out of 5. Like I said, we weren't supposed to take images while on base, but a lot of people did. I did not, because I'm a good noodle sometimes. But yeah, so I gave the port a 1 out of 5. So this is one of the first looks at Key West that we had from the cruise ship. So none of this is military base. Hi, Windfire. How are you doing today? This is just a residential area. Well, it looks real pretty, so I took a picture of it. How's it going? Alright, we just started the presentation on Key West. And then this is actually where the cruise ship port is. So this is the port that we would have been taken to as passengers of the cruise ship that I was on, except Carnival Fantasy was hugging the port stop, so we had to go over to the military base. I'm surprised, personally, that the military base allowed us to port there. I'm also kind of surprised that Key West doesn't really have room for more than one cruise ship to dock at the cruise port. But you can see Carnival Fantasy there, and look, they have a water slide and stuff. It looks like a fun ship. We should go on a cruise. Alright. A unicorn! Hi, purple unicorn! How are you? I love that emote. Is that one of yours? It is one of yours! That's awesome! You're good? That's good. We're just kind of walking through. I'm doing a Imbeccable travel review of Key West, but based off of a cruise stop. I didn't go to Key West. I was on a cruise, and one of the stops was Key West. But yeah, so after we got out of the military port, we went to Old Town, Key West. Old Town is the historical district, and it roughly takes up the western half of the island. On the map, you see the yellow highlighted road and First Street cutting across the island there. So basically everything west of First Street is Old Town. Love it. You should check out my Discord. I will. But yeah, so we only went into Old Town. We did not go into any other areas of Key West, just the Old Town district, the historical district. However, in just this Old Town area of the island, they had a large variety of attractions. They had conch tours, historical buildings, chickens. I included chickens. A beach, aquarium, the Hemingway Home and Museum, and the southernmost point in the United States, shopping, live music, and a lighthouse. So I rated this whole area as great. I thought it had a lot to unpack in a relatively small area. The whole entire area of Old Town is about 4,000 acres. So I gave Old Town a 10 out of 10. Cruises are the best. I haven't been on a cruise in a while. In several years. Like more than... I think my last cruise was in 2015. So it's been a while. I kind of want to go on one. But I'm already going to Greece this year. So probably no cruises this year. But on the map over here, you can kind of see some of the things that... This is all screenshots from Google Maps on what it called out. Like there's the Key West Lighthouse. The southernmost point of the continental USA is there. And I should have said continental USA. And you can kind of just see like there's some other things called out. We can talk after your stream. It's next year. Okay. I'm excited to see what you're talking about. Then here are some pictures I took. So this one I took from that trolley that took us from the military port to Clinton Square. So these are just some homes in Key West, but I think they're cute. Like, yes, they're crowded, but what can you expect when you live on an island, I feel like. I think they're cute. And this is a picture of the main building of Clinton Square Market. Cute. Yeah. I think so. I like little places like that. But this is Clinton Square Market in Old Town, Key West, Florida. So this has like a lot of touristy shops. But it's pretty fun, I thought. But there's also, at least when we were there was also a lot of shops outdoors. So like there was this building, this Clinton Square Market building, but then Clinton Square also like expanded to like the plaza in front of this building, and there was a lot of vendors with shops. I'm sure they know when cruises are coming in, so they know like when to set up shop. But I mean, I was highly entertained the entire time that I was here. I'll say that. And this has U.S. Coast Guard on the building because it used to be a storage house for the U.S. Coast Guard before their port was moved further over to where it is now. And then this became Clinton Square Market. And look at the shutters on these old windows. I love buildings like this with like the brick exposed. I love that. Like if I photographed people, like did portraits and had like a studio, I would want a wall that looked like that, like with the brick exposed under like drywall or whatever. I think it looks cool. Now I mentioned chickens before. I know this is a rooster, don't at me. Okay, so if you guys don't know this, chickens or roosters creep me out. They like I don't like being around them in person because of their beady little eyeballs. But this is one that was just free roaming, feral, in Old Town, Key West, Florida. Why I took a picture of it, I don't know, because they really creep me out. But anyway, I wanted to share that. I wanted to put chickens in the list of things before, and I wanted to show a picture of a rooster chicken in Key West because did you know there's this thing called the chicken wars that are going on in Key West? I didn't until I started looking into stuff for this presentation. And apparently there's an ongoing thing called the chicken wars. So way back when this island started getting, inhabited and stuff, the Spaniards and then the Englishmen, like, they brought chickens with them for food and for resources, like eggs, etc. So they brought these chickens with them, and then somehow the chicken population got out of control in Key West, and there are now so many chickens on the island. Well, let me back up a little bit. So not only were there chickens brought over back in the day when the island was being inhabited, but since there were so many chickens, they used to have cockfights on the island where they took roosters and made them fight each other, which is like not great. And then at some point, that was made illegal, and then all of these cockfighters had to let their roosters go because apparently they didn't want to keep them, so they were just released into, you know, the wild civilization as we know it. So now that all of these roosters were released out into the wild, and all of these chickens that were already there for many, many years have been around there. So now the roosters and chickens, you know what they do? They make chicken babies. So now there's a lot of chickens on the island. So now we have this thing called the Chicken Wars. So the Chicken Wars just sounds so silly. Bad, no, right? So the Chicken Wars is basically like a tiff between people who want to get rid of the chickens because they're a menace. You know, they poop all over the place. I'm sure they, I don't know if they destroy property, but I'm sure they, you know, poop on property and stuff. And then there's the people that think chickens are part of Key West history, and they want to keep them on the island. And the people that want to get rid of them are arguing that they're not native to the island. They were brought over by the Englishmen and the Spaniards, and they don't really belong here. And then the other side is saying, like, but they've been here for hundreds of years, so they should just be able to stay here now. So yeah, there's this whole tiff between these two different groups of people on what should happen with these feral chickens. And if you're wondering how many chickens are on this island, they don't even know. Like, they don't even have a count of how many feral chickens. Also, feral chickens are two words together I never thought I'd say in my life. But they have no idea how many feral chickens are living in Key West. All they know is that the Wildlife Center in Key West relocates more than 1,000 chickens a year. And they still have a chicken problem. And that's crazy to me. Do they have fried chicken served? I am sure that chicken is a popular menu item down there. Like, can you imagine, like, I am sure there are restaurants down there that like, catch feral chickens and you have fresh chicken on the menu. I would not doubt that. I will say, though, his feathers are pretty. Like, those green, shiny feathers are pretty. I honestly, like, I've been thinking about this. I'm like, I don't know what side I would be on. I guess I think I would be on the side to get rid of them. And not because they creep me out, but because, one, they're not native to the island. I mean, I know there's a lot of animals in the United States that are not native to the United States. But maybe not get rid of them. There definitely needs to be, like, chicken population control in Key West. Because this just sounds insane. But there you go. Now you know if you go to Key West, you can watch the conch shell drop on the New Year. And you are more than likely to see a lot of feral chickens. Those are your fun facts for the day. And then this is, here, let me go back and I'll show you exactly where this guy was standing. So, Clinton Square Market, you can see him right over, like if you look at this white car in front of the building, you can see him right past that white car. This is where the panner was. So he's playing the steel drums. So I have busker in here, which is a street musician. You can also call him a panner because he's playing the steel drums. What cracks me up is the music was great. Okay, like you're shopping, you're having a good time. You're on an island, and you're just like jamming to this music being played, and you didn't know where it was coming from until I found him like standing there playing his steel drums, and I just think he looks bored. Like, he's like not into it at all, and it amuses me. But, yeah. This is what you get to see at Clinton Square Market. But also, can we appreciate that his umbrella... So his umbrella that he has over him, if you look closely, there's music notes that he like sharpied onto the umbrella. I don't know if I can zoom in. But he drew... Like, I don't know if this actually makes a song. I can read sheet music, kind of. So I don't know if this makes one of his songs that he plays, or if he just drew music notes. I mean, I guess technically if you draw music notes, you're drawing a song. I guess. But I thought that was cool. And then I guess his initials are JAH, because those are on the umbrella as well. But just a cool little touch. I've always wondered about his speakers, though. That's amazing. Yeah, I thought that was cool. I've always wondered about his speakers. Because he, like, painted the speakers. Wouldn't the paint get into them and, like, make them malfunction? I don't know. They obviously didn't because they work. But I'd be nervous to do that. I guess he could take the screen off. Now that I'm using my brain. I guess he could take the screen off and, like, paint the screen and then pop it back on. But he also painted, like, the box. Yeah. It looks cool and it's still working. Well, it was working for him at the time, so. I also have no idea what this song is. I'm just playing Stream Elements music. Alright. This is not going to take a lot of time, guys. We're actually already almost done. So, the last thing I had, I didn't know what else to rate, right? Like, I'm like, the vibes were good. Old Town was great. The port, meh. But again, we didn't go into the cruise ship port. We had to go into the Coast Guard port. So I'm like, well, what about like, you know, the foliage? So I'm like, all right. So they had beautiful palm trees, a variety of leafy plants with a spectrum of colors, and beautiful tropical flowers. So I give it a 10 out of 10 for that. I mean, really, how can you rate that? I mean, I don't know. But I did. So I did a lot of Googling to figure out what these plants were that I took pictures of. And the really colorful one, from what I can find, is called a garden croton. I think they're really pretty. They will not grow in Colorado, though. As you can imagine. Very different climate. But they're very colorful. Very wow. And then this one, okay, so I should have known, but I didn't. I was just ready to call this a hibiscus and move on with my life, but then I was like, what if there's more than one different kind? There are more than one different kinds of hibiscuses. Hibisci? Hibiscuses? Hibisci? Hibisci sounds right. I don't know. But I found out that the ones growing in Key West are apparently called Chinese hibiscus. So that's what this little guy is. And then this is just a picture of coconut palm trees and tea plants, tea plants. But this one I edited to look like a negative. That's why the sky is black and the palm trees are white. I don't know why. I just wanted to. I wanted to be different. But yeah, guys, look, we're on the last slide. So, Key West, Florida. Again, this is based off of this being a cruise port stop. Like, I didn't, like, fly down to Florida and go to Key West and spend, like, a whole week there. So I gave the port a 1 out of 5. If we had been able to port at the cruise ship port, that probably would have been higher. I gave Old Town a 10 out of 10, and all the plants a 10 out of 10, so I got a 21 out of 25. I think that's a good deal for them. I figured that we probably would not take a lot of time doing the review. So let me, well, actually, I'm going to go to my Discord and see what purple unicorn left for me. Let's go look. Well, actually, first, before I forget, let me change this to just chatting. I always forget to change stuff, but I'm not forgetting this time. Okay. Alright, purple unicorn. Alright, let me scroll up. You got one for me. You should check out your Discord, okay? I don't know what I'm looking for. Oh, it was National Unicorn Day on the 9th? Under the Cruise channel. Oh. Well, happy belated National Unicorn Day. Oh, look at you. Are you like trying to get people together to go on this? That's cool. 7-day cruise with stops in Cozumel, Mahogany Bay, and Costa Maya. With 3 days at sea. Oh, Galveston, Texas is a good place to leave. Like, it's a good place to leave. It's not a good place to stay. It's just a good place to leave. It's a good place to get on a cruise. It's a good cruise port. Yes, it's a group of creators. That's awesome. You went last year? How was it? Only $125 deposit. Unicorn! Man! Is it like just for creators, or like is it like creators and their plus ones? Just asking. June. With plus ones. I'll definitely look into it, Unicorn. I will definitely look into it. I don't know if I've told you this, Unicorn, but so the reason I didn't stream last Thursday is because Friday morning I had a phone call with Greece, like doctors in Greece, not like the country, but doctors in Greece, because my husband and I are gonna go get IVF treatment in Greece. So I don't know exactly when we will be overseas over there. I'm hoping to get everything filled out, signed, and sent so that we can go at the beginning of May. And then hopefully I would be back by June. Wow, congrats! I know, it's like always a weird thing, like, do I congratulate you? Do I not? Yeah, I appreciate it, thank you. We're excited. We're excited to go to Greece and to get this ball rolling, as one could say. It's funny because the doctors on the call were like, you're young, you can take your time, like if you want to push this out a year and come next year, you have time. And I was like, no. I'm like, I have been wanting to have my baby for like going on 2 years now. So the sooner I can come to Greece, the better. That's a location on your bucket list. You know, honestly, it wasn't really on mine. I know that sounds weird because, like, I know Greece is beautiful, but I guess I really only ever thought of New Zealand and Ireland as, like, my bucket list places. But for us to get IVF treatment here in Colorado, since neither of us have infertility coverage on our health insurance, it would cost us $25,000 to $30,000 to go through one round of IVF. And to go to Greece, it costs $3,500 for treatment and approximately $500 for medication. So about $4,000 for the whole thing. And like a flight there, like everybody's like, well, yeah, but you have to fly there and hotels. And I'm like, it's still gonna be less than $25,000. Because the flight there, I have found flights that are like $1,200 round trip though. And I'm like, that's not bad. That's $600 one way. So we just have to. I have a coordinator from that clinic. Once we have everything signed and stuff, is going to help me with flights and help us with flights and help us with hotels. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I wish you luck, as I've heard it's a journey. It is. So like the normal, I might be getting like TMI. I don't know, but the normal process for IVF is basically they shut down the woman's body. Like you go basically into like menopause, and then they like jumpstart you. So they stop everything, and then they kickstart you again at like hyper speed, and get you to produce like more than one egg a month, and then like they're like pumping you full of all these hormones to make this possible, and then they harvest those eggs from you, and then they pump you full of progesterone to get your uterine lining in place, and then you know, make you pregnant. Thankfully, this clinic is going to use like my natural cycle, so it won't be so crazy. Like, I'm basically going to be put on medications to stimulate more follicle growth, so I'll have more eggs, because, you know, you only drop one egg a month, typically. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the only medication I'll be on besides a pregnancy-safe blood thinner. Yeah. Yeah, much cheaper in another country. Yeah, like everybody, not everybody, but there was like a few people that were like, why aren't you going to Israel? It's free there. It's free there if you've lived there for a bit. Like, you have to be there for like 3 months and then it's free. And I'm like, at that point, I'd probably spend more than, you know, the amount of money that I would spend to go to Greece for treatment. But yeah. Like, by the time I calculated it all out, I was like, I could either, like, I looked at getting a second job that would have infertility coverage, so, like, I wouldn't have to travel anywhere for this. But it came down to, like, I could either work, I think it was an extra 25 hours a week at Starbucks, and that would pretty much cover enough of the fertility treatment for it to be a wash with going to Greece. But I'm like, would I rather work a second job, or would I rather go to Greece? I'd rather go to Greece. Yeah. So we're hoping that happens soon. Willow just barked. Greece! Yes, Greece. Absolutely. Like, why would you choose to work a second job if you can just go to another country? But yeah, so we have our passports, we have everything lined up really. Like, the last steps we have since meeting with the doctors last Friday are we need to sign the contract just basically stating, you know, like, these are the fees that we'll pay to go, and then the doctors in Greece will send me a list of all the medications I'll be on, and then my doctor has to sign off on that, like my primary care doctor here has to sign off on that, and then I'm good to go. Then we can schedule it and we can go. Yes, Greece. Exactly. Hi, Tessa. How are you today? We did a very quick review of Key West earlier. If you've never heard of the Chicken Wars, I highly recommend reading about the Chicken Wars. Hi, Vegito. I hope you are both doing well today. I think I saw you streaming earlier. What were you streaming? Let's just. Your sanity is slowly coming back from earlier. Oh no. What happened? And then Unicorn, I'll shout you out after this, okay? But there you go. There's a shout out for Tessa Jane 18. She's a pretty cool gal. She does a very good Peach impression. She actually has a redemption on her channel that if you want to pay channel points to hear her talk in a Peach voice, she'll say almost anything you want her to say. Almost anything. A Mario Party stream. Was it Mario Party 5 that you're streaming today? She's aight. She's aight. You know who's aight? You, Vegito. You alright. Sounds weird saying aight. 6. So I know, like, were you telling me that Mario Party 5 kept crashing on you before? So were you just like, screw 5, I'm going to 6? Is that what happened? 5 doesn't exist anymore. Okay, yeah. Yep, so that's what happened. 5? There's a Mario Party 5? No, there's not. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. See? I got you. I got you, Tessa. You're pretty eyed too. Thanks. Thanks. Appreciate it. I think I'm alright. So I am working on converting. Hi, whiny baby. Hi, whiny baby. Come here. Why are you being a whiny baby? Come show everybody your face if you're gonna whine on stream. You're like, no. No, I don't want to. No. Yeah. Whiny baby. Don't mind the shakiness. It's because I'm holding it. What? What? That was Aspen, by the way. We wouldn't have made the trip if you weren't, I hope you guys like the pictures. We're gonna see how long this audio converter takes. Oh, so you guys, you know how I've been talking about how I have an art show on May 11th and I'm doing the Furry Scurry on May 6th? The art show got canceled. So I no longer have an art show on the 11th. That does not exist anymore. Oh no, I know! Hi, puppy. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's really dumb. So the organizers of this art show are from Los Angeles, I think it was. I think that's right. So they're from Los Angeles, and they were going to come out to Denver and host this art and beer night market here. And then they couldn't come to Denver, so they canceled the whole show. And I'm like, why wouldn't you have a Colorado coordinator for a show that's in Colorado? I don't... No comprendo. So, like, I had paid my booth fee, so they're refunding me. They might have already refunded me my booth fee. I'm really bad at checking stuff. But, yeah, so no art show on the 11th. But I'm still doing the Furry Scurry. So if you want to join me in that, feel free to. My husband and I and our 3 dogs will be there. And possibly, I don't know if I'll do a tour. I probably won't. I thought about, like, so for those that don't know, we got a cat. I still cannot believe myself that I am the owner of a cat. Because I'm a dog person. But my dear husband, who has been telling me since we were friends, before we were dating back in 2017, so like even before 2017, he would talk about how he wants a cat because he had a cat when he was a kid and he loved having a cat. By the way, the cat when he was a kid was named Bandit because it had like a little mask marking in its fur. And he'd talk about Bandit and how he wants another cat, and I was always like, oh, okay. We'll get dogs. So we got 3 dogs. Well, we had a dog, but unfortunately she passed away, and then now we have these 3. But yeah, so every once in a while when he has mentioned this to me, I've hopped on, hi Brooke Fanson, photography, hi Brooke, how are you? So every once in a while when he's mentioned how he has wanted a cat, I've like gone on to like DDFL, which is Denver Dumb Friends League. And sorry if you hear the squeaky toy. Aspen's right here playing with a stuffy that we got her. But just about every single time he's mentioned wanting a cat, I have gone on to ddfl.org and like looked at cats. And by the way, Brooke, how are you? You're good? Good. And I never really like saw one that I was like, oh, okay, let's go look at her, you know? So then on Tuesday, I was looking at Aurora Animal Shelter, and I was like, okay, there's some cute ones there. Do you want to go look at cats? And he was like, yes. Okay. So we started driving towards the animal shelter, and as we're driving there, because I'm like, I know generally what direction it's in, but I'm like, babe, I need you to like pull up directions because I don't know where like the last few turns are to Aurora Animal Shelter. Squeak. So he pulls up the, Aurora Animal Shelter on his phone, and we find out that it's closed, so we're on our way to a facility that's closed. So like, okay. So I had the flooring in the back of my car from when we redid the basement that we needed to return. It was like extra boxes of flooring. So we went to Floor and Decor and returned our flooring. And then I was like, well, like now we're at this point that we're like pretty certain we're going to get a cat. So why don't we go to PetSmart and get cat stuff so that when we have another day to go to the animal shelter, we'll already have the cat things for when we get a cat. Because my husband and I, like, if we're gonna go look at cats, there's like I said 90% chance that we would get a cat, and then my mother was like, you mean 99.9? And I'm like, touche. So yeah, so like if we were gonna go look at cats, there's like a 99.9% chance that we would come home with a cat. So I'm like, let's go to PetSmart and let's get the cat supplies. That way when we go to the shelter and inevitably get a cat, then we'll already have the stuff. So we go to PetSmart, and if you guys remember, PetSmart has that area where they have adoptable cats in the store. So while the shelter itself was closed, a volunteer had dropped off 3 cats at this PetSmart store on Tuesday. So we got a cat. One of the cats was an older, long-haired, like orange and white cat. I don't know cat things. I forget what her name was. But she was skittish and like afraid of things. Like it said like she needs a quiet home with a lot of places to hide, and I'm like, our home with the 3 dogs is not the right home for that cat. The poor thing will be living in fear her whole life. So I'm like, we can't get her. So we're looking at the other 2 cats, And one is, I honestly would adopt every animal I'd see if I had this space. Brooke, I am not going to confirm or deny if I have that same problem. I have 3 dogs, 2 bunnies, and a cat now. I have 6 pets. It's crazy. But yeah, so the other 2 cats, one was 9 months old according to the, her paper on the glass. Really pretty cat, really chill, like just laying in her little cubicle, like just kind of like sleeping. But even when she was awake, she was just kind of like, so, super chill. Not that I know, like, they don't have like a lot of room to run and play and really get crazy, but pretty promising, right? And then next to her was this really, 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 really small kitten. Like, a really small kitten. And I don't know how to say this in a nice way. I guess it's not really mean, but baby kittens freak me out. Like, little tiny baby kittens scare me. Not because I think they're going to, like, murder me or something with their little murder mittens, but they just look so fragile, and they, like, every single time I see a kitten, it always has some eye gunk thing going on, and they just kind of freak me out. And I'm like, I don't know if I want one that little, and her name was Cream Puff. I do remember that. I wish I could remember how old she was, but she was, like, tiny. And Cream Puff, like, entire time we were there, she would just, like, squint at people, like, through the glass, which is, like, another thing that a lot of, like, little tiny kittens tend to do, and I'm like, why? But Cream Puff would just, like, huddle up in her litter box and just sleep there, and it was, like, really cute, but I'm like, I don't want one that's small, because we're taking her own, like, we would be taking a cat home to a home with 3 dogs, and, like, it's not like my husband and I are very graceful, and, like, she's really small. I don't know, it freaks me out. So, we ended up going with the 9-month-old cat. Her name was Truffles, and we have since renamed her to Freya. So, I named, like, all of our dogs, and I named the bunnies, so I'm like, you're naming the cat. And he's like, why? And I'm like, because I've named all everybody else, like, you could have named the cat. So he had worked an overnight, and he comes back home the next morning, and he's like, I'm stuck between 2 names. And I'm like, alright, what are the names? And he's like, I really like the name Freya, and I really like the name Amaretto. And I'm like an amaretto sour? And he's like, yeah, but I just like how amaretto sounds. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, would you, like, if you named her Amaretto, would you give her, like, a nickname? Because, like, Amaretto, like, come here, Amaretto. Like, it's, like, a lot, it's a long name, as I sit here with a dog named Sequoia. But anyway, so he was like, yeah, that's a good point. And I was like, well, would you give her a nickname? And I'm like, and what would the nickname be? So then I'm trying to think of nicknames, and I'm like, it could be Edo, Amy, no. So then he was like, okay, fine, I like the name Freya more, just because, like, it's easier to say and it's shorter. And I'm like, well, because I give all of my pets middle names. I'm like, what about Freya Amaretto? So she has a middle name, Freya Amaretto. So you guys have 2 snakes, 1 bearded dragon, 2 dogs, 4 cats, 4 geckos, stick insects, a variety of fish, and 3 rabbits. What kind of rabbits do you have? I, like, never meet other people who have rabbits. And what kind of dogs do you have? Actually, just tell me everything. Just tell me everything. So a bearded dragon is a bearded dragon. I'm pretty sure there's 9 different kinds of bearded dragons. What kind of snakes do you have? What kind of dogs do you have? What kind of cats do you have? What kind of fish do you have? And what are your rabbits? When I was a kid, I was obsessed with snakes. I thought they were so cool. I wanted a pet snake, like, more than anything, like, when I was 10. And my dad was like on board to get me one, but my mom was like, we're only getting a snake if we can pull its fangs out. No, they need those to eat, and stuff. So we did not get a snake. And the only reason I don't have a pet snake now, so props to you, because, like, I haven't... The only reason I haven't gotten a pet snake now is because I'm, like, afraid with having rabbits and snakes at the same time. And as of right now that I have these 6, I'm like, I really don't need more. Blue Mini Rex. Ooh! Not sure on Clive, you adopted him. And then yours is Blue Bell, who's a mini Lop and mini Rex. So does she have the Lop ears, or did the Rex beat out the Lop in the ears? 2 crested geckos, 2 tokay geckos. Tokay? And then your snakes are corn snakes. I'd be interested to see a picture of your bunnies if you're willing to share in the Discord. One of our rabbits, we're not sure. I'm pretty sure he's just a black Rex rabbit. And when I say he, that's very loosely. I'm pretty sure he's got both genders going on, or both sexes going on. And then Tetra is a New Zealand Californian mix. So, like, instead of the black nose and black ears, they're gray, because the New Zealand mix kind of came in there and lightened those up. You have an English Springer Spaniel and a European Doberman. A European Doberman? Do those look different than the Dobermans that I know? I'm looking this up. I don't know. What's the difference between a European and American? Here's a chart. There's a whole chart. Some say the American bloodline tends to be more nervous, neurotic, and less calm than the European. Huh. Interesting. And then the European Dobermans are more muscular, heavier, and their form is more massive in general, while American Dobermans are more show dogs thanks to their slim and sleek body.
From the festival grounds to unforgettable nights, instinct is where connections
Goldfish
are made
and kois.
And where inspiration strikes.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I've always heard that koi are just giant goldfish. Is that not true then? Inside you have tetras. Is that plecos? Gouramis and others along those. Cherry shrimp with them. Cat-wise, you have 2 ragdoll cross with Bengal, and a Persian cross and a Siamese cross. If you want to help me identify the type of cat that I have, I'll be happy to post pictures on the Discord. Because I have no idea. I looked up, so tabby is like, not a type of cat, it's like the markings of a cat. And when I looked it up, it said like, oh, the stripes in the forehead make an M. So my poor kitten, I'm like picking her up and like looking at her face, and I'm like, I don't see an M on your forehead, and I'm like turning her face, and I'm like, I don't see an M. So I don't think her coloring is tabby, but I have no idea. Like, I don't know a lot about cats. Like, so when we were at PetSmart getting ready to adopt this kitten, PetSmart was like, we really only take cash for these because the cats belong to the shelter, and then they can just easily hand cash over to the animal shelter. So my husband leaves to go to the ATM because our bank is like right down the street from this PetSmart. And my husband goes to the ATM to get cash, and I'm like, okay, I'll start going to the cat aisles to look for cat stuff. I'm like, Sure. So I'm like over in the cat aisles, and I'm like, alright, we need food, and we need litter, and we need a litter box, and probably a water bubbler thingy, because all of the TikToks and stuff that I've seen, and from people that I know that have cats, like Goonie V, how are you, Goonie V? Cats like to drink out of like running water and not still water. So we got her this cute little like daisy fountain thingy. And I'm like, I don't know what else. I got like this wand thing with a feather on the end to play with. I'm like, you know what? This is probably good enough to start with, and then you know, like we'll get more stuff as time goes on. Sorry. We also got her a little bed. It's like one of those little tent beds. But yeah. You've heard of Cash for Gold. Say hello to Cash for Kids. Yeah, we have a water fountain. The cats and the dogs drink out of it. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I missed something, Brooke. Koi and goldfish are different species, but both descended from Asian carp. I just learned something new. Thank you, Brooke. Our dogs have not tried to drink from her water fountain yet. However, I did catch her last night drinking out of... So instead of... I feel like everything I say is just like completely ridiculous. So instead of a regular water dish for our dogs, because they have like a drooling problem, we have a cookie jar. So we have a cookie jar that's full of water, so they have to like stick their nose into the cookie jar and drink the water, and then like theoretically when they come out of the cookie jar, a lot of the drippings will stay in their water. And it has worked mostly. Like we get way less mess around their water dish since converting them or switching them over to the cookie jar, which by the way was my father-in-law's idea, so he's like secretly a genius. And I caught her with her little front paws on the rim of the cookie jar and her head in the jar drinking water last night. I thought about scaring her, but I learned you don't do that to cats. They don't like it. Alright, that file converted, so we're gonna make a sound wave. I don't know how far we're gonna get, but so when we had originally started the sound wave journey on like this set of 3 that we try to do like for several weeks, we had 3 animals picked out. Let me find them. One was a lion, and the lion was completed and it's up on the website. I tried to do a bongo, guys, a mountain bongo. It did not work. They don't make like enough of a sound to make like a good sound wave. So we're going to try the pronghorn today. And we will see how that goes. So let me go to my sharing screen. Our Doberman isn't a year old yet, and my lord, he splashes water everywhere. By either drinking and walking off, dribbling. That's what I'm talking about. Like they drink and then it's like blah, 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 as they walk away. Like, why? Stop it. Or flipping it over. See, the cookie jar thing won't fix that. I'll tell you that. They spill it way less often than they used to when it was just in a bowl, because it takes like more effort, because like we're using like a heavy cookie jar, but it doesn't completely solve the problem. Yeah, so if you go find like a nice heavy cookie jar, try it out. It might work. By the way, the cat is doing very well with the dogs. I'm a little surprised. I was going to leave her, it's like when we brought her home, we put her in the room with the bunnies. because that's where like the dog kennels are, and we're like, this way she'll get used to, like, to their smell. The bunnies are in a cage, you know, so they're safe from her. They're in their indoor cage. And she was in there for that first night. And then the next day she was in there for like almost the entire day. And then in the evening, I went to like go check on her. And like whenever I go check in on her, I go and sit on the floor, and she comes right up to me and lays in my lap and curls up and starts to vibrate. Or purr. Which is really cute. And then I go to like, I put her back like towards her little house thingy, which has her bed. And she comes back towards the door, but I close it because I'm like, I don't want her coming out here with all 3 dogs right here. And her little paw starts sticking out through under the door, like she starts doing this, you know, like you see her little paws. And I'm like, I can't leave her in there. Like, I am so mean. So I'm like, husband, like, can we please just open the door and see how she does? So we made the dogs go down to the basement, and so they're all sitting, you know, at the bottom of the stairs, like, and we let her explore the house. And you know what? The dogs did really well. And the cat does really well. Today, she hasn't really hissed at them. She has actually playfully swatted them on the nose, like the blink, blink, blink kind of swat. But of course the dogs are like, what? So there's going to be some miscommunication there, I think, for a while. But they're getting along quickly, which I think is really cool. He has his own bowl in a stand, but he flips the one in the kitchen. No! Oh, dogs. What are you gonna do, right? Here, I gotta pause the Stream Elements music. Yoink. I have to listen to this audio file to figure out where this sound is. No. We don't need to be that extra. Let's see, this is 1011. That's the file name. Can I get you to just play? What animal am I doing? The pronghorn? Okay, so never mind. All of those waves in this image are the noises of the pronghorn. That's quite the snorty animal. Alright. Hold on. I want to change this. Change that. Okay, so now we have... I realized the other day that I'm like a doofus. Because like I've been trying to like edit sound waves with like it looking like this. And then I realized you can come in here and just freaking edit it. And make it actually look like more sound wavy. So I'm just dumb. It's fine. Screenshot that. Now we're done with that. And I should change my stream info. Let me get Photoshop open. Most of your cats get along with your Doberman except one who causes all the issues as he growls and hisses at him. He is one of the Bengal ragdoll mixes, but his personality is more like Bengal and he is a mean boy. Oh no! No, like she seems pretty chill with them, like for how long she's been around them. So this cat wasn't at the shelter for very long, actually. So, excuse me. I don't know when she was found exactly, but she was found in an empty unit. I don't know if that's like an apartment or what, but she was found in an empty unit. This is like all on her paperwork. She was found in an empty unit, locked in the bathroom, hiding behind the toilet. And then she was taken to an animal control officer or whatever, found her and took her to the animal shelter. And then my sister-in-law was telling me, like, oh, she was probably quarantined, so she was probably, like, in quarantine for a while. I think, like, 2 weeks, my sister-in-law said. Why isn't my drawer closing? Because of that. Because she was spayed on the 11th, and we brought her home on the 12th. So she wasn't there for very long. I feel he will get better as the Doberman gets older. Yeah, I could see that. But it's always a developing relationship with animals. Yeah, we really lucked out with our 3 dogs. I mean, Sequoia, I know people are going to like not believe me, but she's really chill when it comes to like other animals and stuff. She really only gets a little bit crazy when she sees people that she hasn't seen in a bit, that like she really knows. Like my in-laws. But like with other animals, she's pretty chill. And so we had, at the time, we had Sequoia and Autumn. Autumn was a golden retriever that we had before we got any other animals. Her paw print is actually right here. But, but yeah, so Autumn passed away in 2020. And we had gotten Willow. Autumn passed away in December of 2020, and we had gotten Willow, I think, at the end of October 2020. So we had 3 dogs, because we had Sequoia at the time as well. But like Sequoia and Willow just got along great. Like at this time, Autumn had been battling cancer for a long time, so she really wasn't involved with Willow. But Sequoia and Willow played a lot, so we were like, okay, this is going to be a good fit. So we adopted Willow. And then, like, zoom forward another year, and my husband and I had this agreement that if I found a Dalmatian-looking dog, that I could adopt one. And then we would have 3 dogs. And that's how we came to have Aspen. Because, of course, I was given this permission and proceeded to look in animal shelters for a black and white dog. White dog with black spots. And that's how we ended up with Aspen. But we took Willow and Sequoia to meet Aspen, and all 3 of them just, like, immediately played together. Like, they're just as happy as can be with each other and, like, super chill. And I'm like, okay, I guess we don't really have to do, like, slow introductions between them. Like, they just want to be around each other, and it's been that way, like, the whole time. So, but, like, with bunnies, I've had to introduce bunnies to each other, and get them to bond and stuff, and that takes time. So that's kind of like what I thought would happen with this cat, that it would be, like, this long process. But apparently Freya is like, screw that, I want full access to this home right meow, and you're gonna make it happen. Because she just, like, if the dogs go near her, she just kind of looks at them, and then she just kind of goes off to a little hidey corner until they, I don't know, forget about her or what, and leave her alone. Poor baby. I know, poor baby. I know, like, I could dramatize Sequoia's upbringing, like where we got her from. Not really her upbringing, but like her beginnings, I guess. But Willow is a rescue, and she was found on the streets in Texas wandering around with another puppy or something like that. So, like, they just found her on the streets in Texas, and they were like, well, you need to go to an animal shelter. And then Aspen, her doggy mom was a res dog, and we have res dog rescue up here, and she gave birth to her litter in a foster home, and Aspen and I think 2 of her siblings survived. I think there was 8 puppies total. I'd have to go back and count in the picture. 7 or 8. And only Aspen and 2 of her siblings survived having parvo. So Aspen's a parvo survivor. And I'm really slow at doing things while I'm talking, so like if you're like, what are you doing on the screen? That's because I'm distracting myself. Yep, our Doberman is like that. If anyone leaves the room, and our Spaniel can be like that if anyone has been out for a few days. Like, Jeremy, my husband, and I did like everything that we could. Everything that like all the dog trainers and stuff said that we could do to prevent separation anxiety in Sequoia. Like, don't make a big deal about leaving the house. You just leave the house. Don't say anything. You know, you just leave. You know, like, that's, like, the main one. And nothing worked. I think it's just a golden retriever thing. How big can we go? 'Cause, yeah. She is 5 now, and I still won't leave her unkennelled when we leave the house. There is zero trust there. Yep, that's a typical Goldie mood. Yeah. Hi, Aspen. Oh, and I guess I could start playing the music again. Sorry, guys. Here you go. Really, the one we were looking at? Yeah, I guess. I guess it was. Alrighty. On this layer. Where are my guides? There are my guides. That's the middle. I can't believe a pronghorn snorts. You're not gonna color the whole thing, are you? Nope. I'm a wishful thinker. But Sequoia is, besides when she's very excited and like crying to tell you about it, whoa. She's very quiet. Like, she doesn't really make sounds when she's playing. She started to recently. She starts making like little like but she doesn't really make sounds otherwise. I really don't like that this always attaches itself to the guide. And meanwhile, Aspen and Willow are talkers. So I guess, you know, that was bound to happen. I was gonna get rid of that. Do that. We're just gonna size it from there. That was a big bird that just flew by. We're zooming in way far. Oh. I had said I was going to do this earlier. There you go. Sorry, Purple Unicorn. I'm easily distracted. You gotta keep me in line, you know? If you're not following Purple Unicorn, you should go follow Purple Unicorn. She's a really chill streamer. And sometimes she wears, like, fun stuff on her head. But she does Coffee in Stardew Valley on, was it Saturday or Sunday? No, I'm blanking, because I'm distracted. But Coffee in Stardew is super chill, guys. Go follow her. Yep, our Spaniel is pretty quiet unless he knows he is going out or playing. The Doberman is definite talker. I'm going through a teenage phase right now. Back chat. Yeah, I tell Aspen all the time to not sass at me. She's a sassy pants. That'd be too thin. Let's see. Yeah. Too thin. The sass is real. I mean, I don't know if you guys... I'm assuming you can hear her when she is talking. She's not talking right now, but... We're gonna go a little wider. I'm just gonna repaint it just in case he's... Whee. Okay. And then I'm gonna go into the camera raw filter. I know it's not gonna take you guys with me, but basically I'm just trying to make this as solid of a color as I can. As for the floor, playing with a tiger. A stuffy tiger. Oop. Hold on. The music paused. Okay. There it goes. So all I'm doing is just make it as solid as I can to hope that it just does an easier color capture because I'm a bum. I feel like I've heard this song before. I feel like Streamlabs has played this one for us before. Okay, we're gonna try that. I'm actually kind of surprised. Like, I know Aspen and Sequoia are there, so that's probably why she hasn't. But my office seems to be Freya's favorite room to hide. Because, like, I have a futon behind me. And, like, behind the seat, there's, like, this gap that goes behind the seat. But it has, like, the backer, so, like, it actually makes a triangle. So it's not like the wall and then the seat. There's, like, a backer and then the seat, so there's actually a triangle in the furniture. She likes to go in there. Yes. It's gonna make my life easier. Oh. Hi, Sassy Pants. What you doing? What you doing? I can't see her. Walk this way. Walk this way. There you go. Are you a nitty-gritty baby? Are you a nitty-gritty baby? Huh? Are you a nitty-gritty baby? You're the nitty-gritty baby. I have not brought the new friend on stream yet. I have not done that. I You can go see if she's in her little house if you want me to. But I think I now know why you can't always successfully do a cat appearance on your stream, because they hide. Cat redemption. Do you want me to go get her? I'll go get her. Yeah. I'll go get her. Uh-huh. Okay, 1 second. I don't have an overlay where it doesn't show my camera. So we're just gonna do this. And that's all you're gonna look at for a little bit while I go get the cat, okay? I will be right back. You can hear me walk away and everything.
I'm hearing all of what you're saying to me. I don't think it over. It's a little bit hard to breathe, to breathe, to breathe. This kinda seems like it's a common theme. You don't think I understand what you said to me, to me, to me. Yeah, every time that we have this talk, it's a little bit hard to admit our faults. But I'm not so perfect. Is all of this worth it? Is all of this worth it? This feeling is fading, and I can't look back and can't catch my breath. It's too hard to let go.
I don't want you bothering me.
It's
No,
too
back up.
hard to let go. Never thought
Okay.
you'd run away from me.
Cat acquired.
When can we forget about this? Pretend it all never happened. Just fly to the moon with me. It might be time that I accept defeat. Remember all the
This is a
distractions
kitty.
and all the words from the mattress. The things that we didn't mean.
She's so small and so sweet. She does love cuddles. Yeah, she is pretty small. Like, she's not. She's a bit.
But I'm not so perfect. Just all of this work.
Yeah.
Just all of this work.
You keep it.
This feeling is fading, and I can't look back and can't catch my breath. It's too hard to let go.
Like, how can you not?
Hard to let go. This feeling is fading.
Wow, you're not the cat redemption. It's 30 times more reliable than mine.
It's too hard to let go. It's too hard to let go.
Like, all I did was I walked into that other room and closed the door so the dogs couldn't bombard her.
Breathing deep.
And she came right up.
Through all the things we've been
Because she likes to hide under the bunny
don't
cage.
forget the reasons not to let this slip through our hands. Yeah, every time
She's so
that
sweet,
we
it's
have
ridiculous.
this talk,
She had one moment where she wasn't, and it's totally my fault in hindsight. We had just brought her home, right? The dogs are sniffing her through a carrier. I pull her out of her carrier, which I shouldn't have done. And I'm like on her while the dogs are like harassing her, and she got my face. There's also like some scratches here, but they don't really show up on the camera, but that one you can see. Oh, little baby. They can't get in here. You're okay. You're okay. 6 years, and so like I finally gave in, and now I'm like,
It's too hard.
she's vibrating
to
right now.
let go. It's too hard to
Oh yeah, I hope you're ready for scratches. The majority of your scars are cat scratches. She really, like even when she hisses at the dogs and swats their nose, she doesn't scratch. She like does it without her claws extended. Which I figured out if you just push on her little paws and the nails come out. But, yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's very cute. What a funny little thing. Welcome to the cat life. I like saying she's vibrating more than I like saying she's purring. But like I feel like a child because like with every little thing I'm like husband, is she supposed to be doing that? Husband? Is she supposed to like vibrate this much? Husband? Does vibrating always mean she's happy? They can't get in here. I closed the door on them because I'm a butt. Yeah. But she doesn't mind any of her paws touch. Like I'm petting her little feet right now. Do you read the Nathan Pyle Stranger Planet comics? No. They really want to be in here, but that's okay. They were in here. It's your turn. This is your time. Can I post a quick link for a panel comic? Yeah! Go right ahead. Yeah, she's like super chill. And like it's really ridiculous because I've already been like, ooh, I should get one of those sweatshirts that like, you know, like those cat sweatshirts. And then she can just hang out in there. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
No rush. Take it slow.
Are you gonna go explore? You can go explore if you want to.
Overdose. We got all night.
Look, the camera's right here. You wanna look at the camera? Look. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. No? I tried. Womp. Alright, let's look at this. Go listen to a comic. Goodbye. I found this. Great. It's vibrating. That means it's working. What does it excel at? Scratching. Also hiding. An ideal companion. That is cute. I like these. I didn't know that Nathan Pyle did these. I have seen Nathan Pyle comics before, but I just knew him as like the aliens. This is cute. I guess I could show everybody instead of just keeping it to myself. You know, like whatever. 1 second. That is not what I want. What is that? Where is this window? Huh. What did it open in? We just went exploring together. This is what we want. I think she's just staring out the window behind my computer. I only know his name because I follow his comic strips on like every social media platform. Otherwise, I just know him as the Blue Alien Comics. Yeah. It's vibrating. That means it's working. I'm definitely gonna keep that open and show my husband when he gets home. I'm just curious. Oh. Like how like all you see is like her ear. What are you doing? Let's hope she doesn't make this awkward and shows off her butthole. Okay, we're good. Shoot. Yeah, I've pretty much figured out I'm allowed to like... Yeah, you really don't want to be held anywhere. Okay, goodbye. That I'm pretty much allowed to like pet her anywhere except for her belly, which makes sense because she was spayed 2 days ago. Hey, why are you doing that? Look, I know you think you're playing with me, but I don't like that. Go play with the toy over there. Hold on. Can you see her? No. She's like over there now. But yeah, it's startling being a dog person learning how to play with a cat. Cause like she doesn't bite me, but she like does like this playful like huh thing. And I don't appreciate it. Oh my god. She's on my... You're getting a whole tour here. Look at her. Cats, you know? Cats, man. Alright. Exploratory kitties. Hold on, I gotta go back. Hold on. I know it's not focusing because I have it on a specific focus, but she's laying down. Oh no, she's not anymore, but she was laying down and it was really cute. Okay. Alright. Back to this. Oh, thank you. Just did that leg rub thing. Oh. I forgot to push the button. Okay, that captured all of those waves. Right in this gap there. Don't do the gap there. isn't working how I want it to. Another big bird. Alright. We're gonna do another shout out for Gunibi. Gunibi, I can't wait for you to get on Minecraft this evening and see what I have created for you. I hope you like it. It is my gift. Oh! Hi! Hey, that's me. I have no idea what I want to do in Minecraft tonight. Well, you're going to do one thing in particular. This I know, because I'm gonna ask you to. All right, you don't have to do what I ask, but you know, whatever. Okay, perfect. Yes, please plan my content for real. I'll be your agent. It's fine. I know she's back here. Oh, hello! That's a good one. I'm sorry, that was really loud. Hi, kitty. Are you just gonna plop right here? Just gonna plop right here? You know, I'm supposed to be streaming right now. Seriously, you guys got a good one, I can already tell. Like... You're so cute! I almost feel like I should just, like... bring this down. Now it's dark. You pressed the Siri button. You pressed
I'm
the
sorry.
Siri button. How did you do that? Oh my god.
Excuse me, there's a question for you.
Yes. Can I pet the cat, please? Of course. You might have to travel a bit to do so, but yes. You can absolutely pet the cat. Oh, so I have these, there's another one, so I'm not taking the one that you're playing with. I have these things. They're like the party blowers, but she likes these. Whoop, right there. There you go. You can have it. It fell. Oh no. I wonder if you guys would get a better look on the other one. Oh, you're done with it? You're done with it? Here, I'll be right over here if you want it. I'm like really hoping you don't stop my stream. Can I just take this? And we're gonna turn the volume back on. And can I take Your Majesty? Can I take this? Thank you. Don't mind me. Where did the music go? Here we go. Ooh. I made that louder. Oh my god, you guys. Alright. I'm just gonna lay there. That's fine. Wrong button. Sorry. Oh, my resize button. Goonie, has one of your cats ever just tried to take over your desk while you were streaming? It happens sometimes if I let him. How can you tell him no? Easy, you just said no. Will likes to sit right in front of one of the monitors. Yeah, let me see if I can do this a louder. Like this? Like she's starting to go to sleep. Or take a cat nap, whatever. She'll sit up in front of it, so it obscures like 30% of the monitor. Way back in the day, she'd lie down in front of it though. So you're telling me that she could grow out of this? So I should just cherish it while it's happening. Just trying to get this sound wave to be one solid color. This line being down the middle is totally my own fault. I did that instead of creating a new layer and then doing it. Okay. Now, will you be so kind as to select all of it? Yes. Perfection. Okay, new layer will cut. She has one paw on the little party horn. sound wave shape is there. I feel weird because like my keyboard and my trackpad are really close to me, so I'm like a T-Rex. Pronghorn. Here's the image. So stinking cute. Yeah, guys, you can join the Discord if you want to. I don't mind. Thanks, Stream Elements. Figured out how to do those timed messages. Want to do the whole thing like that? Let's see. Probably not. No. So this will be really easy to clone into the sound wave since it's a meadow. I'm just positioning the preg hood. That's probably good. Let's see. What are you doing? You can't decide if you want to sleep or not? Move it over, just a touch more. Not that. Go up. I know we can, I'm just trying to encourage Photoshop, you know. Okay, let's leave it there. Really glad you're not trying to play with my fingers since they're moving all around this trackpad. And I feel like that would be intriguing. You continue to surprise me. Yes, you do, Freya. Bam. Okay, need this back. Oops. Still clicked on the wrong layer though. Womp. 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 Oh, that was real cute. That was a really big yawn for a tiny kitty. Can I just move your back feet off of my keyboard? Thank you. Y'all, I like that placement of the Pronghorn. I'm just gonna take some meadow. I really like chewing on that. That end is fixed. We need to do up here. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Should do it really quick. It's probably like super late and not really necessarily what we're gonna do. Making a Pronghorn sound wave art. updated that. Because I forgot to. It's really aggressive, like, self-cleaning you're doing. Is that normal? What was this water bottle for you that you're hitting your head on? Aggressive self-care, guys. Lurk schmirk. Lurk schmirk. Thanks for the lurk. I think I know why you're lurking. I'm just gonna finish doing, like, filling the sound wave in. We're gonna finish the sound wave. And then I'll call it. If any cat experts are still in the chat, do cats get hairballs every time they clean themselves? Or is that like a cartoon thing? Asking for a friend. Definitely not every time. Okay. Phew. Thanks for popping back in to let me know that, as I'm just watching my cat aggressively clean herself. We've only seen Cora puke once in the 2.5 years you've had her, but Lil pukes all the time. Okay, so it like depends on the cat. Do they just puke wherever, or do they like prefer to puke in their litter box? They puke everywhere, don't they? Goonie woo! Well, got the sound wave itself done pretty fast, guys, actually. So what sound wave, or what lifestyle am I supposed to be? Now that's inappropriate to show on stream. 100% chance I puke in the worst place imaginable. I bolt from wherever I am to try to get her to the linoleum. Works like 80% of the time. So they do like the whole like thing. We need to do... I don't want to do the yellow chicken. I don't want yellow chair next to yellow chair. So we're going to do this one. Yeah, they all sound a little different, but when you've heard it once, you won't forget. Noted. She's cleaning inappropriate areas on herself, so I can't show her on stream right now. I don't know if you guys can just like see her. No. Okay. Just checking. Cora pukes fast. Well, then it's a good thing that she's the one that's only like puked once in the 2.5 years. And Lil has about a 10-second window. Okay, now I'm lurking. That's fair. Thanks for the lurk, Goonie. I appreciate it. Oh, I think I have to bring you back to Photoshop. Yes, I do. getting your toes? You getting your toes now? You're real cute. Okay, we gotta crop this so it only shows the front. You know what I haven't done though? Before I do any of this, I haven't saved this. Files, save as. Hi Jasmine, how are you doing today? Save it as a Photoshop file, save it as a JPEG. Okay, now I saved it. Now I can crop it. They're out there. They can't get you. How are the vibes in here? We're good. We're good. We did a travel review of Key West. And then we were just kind of chatting about cats and stuff. And now I'm doing this pronghorn sound wave. If I didn't ask you already, I'm sorry, Chespin. How are you? Oh no, you said doing good. Never mind. Blech. Okay, I'm gonna put that over here. Now we gotta shrink this down. Are you loafing? Oh my god, you're loafing. Oh my god, it's so cute. Oh my god. Very nice. Chespin, I don't know if you know, but we got a cat. Okay, we're gonna change this from a drop shadow. Perfect. That's cool once you get the cat on Tuesday. Like Tuesday evening, night. So that's why I didn't stream on Tuesday. I blame you 100%, Freya. Not really. But like, no joke, that's why I wasn't streaming on Tuesday, because we weren't fully expecting to come home with a cat, and then we ended up doing it, and so then like we had to fill out the adoption stuff, and it took longer than expected. Well, our errands took longer than expected, and by the time we got home it was like 5, and I'm like, I'm not gonna start stream 30 minutes late, I'm just not gonna do it at all. So yeah. Period. Yeah. She's loafing right now, but I'll bring her up to the camera here in a second, and then you can see her. Wow, I think that's the fastest I have done a sound wave art on on stream. We're just gonna go add this to the website, and it's just gonna be completely done. And that's that. I never remember what my password is. Promise I also never remember. This is probably it. What I have it under. Like me, 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 like me. Yes. Okay. One second. There we go. Duplicate item. Pronghorn, Soundwave, Visible, there's really not a lot to change on these guys. With a photograph of a pronghorn within the Soundwave of the pronghorn's snorts. Save that. And then it should. Voila. Well, hey guys. We did a review of Key West, we talked about cats, and we did a Soundwave art. That was a pretty productive stream. Okay, I'm going to feel really guilty about this. I'm so sorry. Come here. Justin! Where's the kitty? This is the cat. This is Freya. She's real cute. Yeah, thanks guys for hanging out this afternoon, evening, whatever time, you know, could be morning where you are. I don't know. You're doing like the back stretch thing. That was cute. Oh, don't lay on the keyboard. I'm just gonna scoot you that way. Boop. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out tonight, as I've been easily distracted and all over the place a little bit. Thank you for sitting through the review of Key West. I hope you enjoyed it and you might have learned a few things about it. Like, seriously, if you don't know about the Chicken Wars, go read up on the Chicken Wars. It's kind of funny. And then, you know, we talked about animals and cats and all sorts of things, which was great. I got to learn a lot about Brooke's pets while she was here. And then we made a pronghorn Soundwave art. So it was like a super productive stream, and I'm really happy with that. I mentioned this earlier, but just in case you weren't there, just as a friendly reminder, The art show that I have been talking about was canceled, so I no longer have an art show on May 11th. But I will still be doing the Furry Scurry, which is that Saturday before, which I'm pretty sure is the 6th, if I'm remembering correctly. So if you want to do the Furry Scurry in the Denver area, let me know. And my husband and I will meet up there, like, with you. And we can walk the Furry Scurry together. Other than that, just the website updates that we've been working on together. I have been redesigning my website a little bit, just tweaking it a little bit here and there. But once it's complete, I'll make sure to announce, like, new website, who it is. Why was it canceled? So it's really dumb, Chessman. So, like, the people who organized the show live, I think it was Los Angeles. So they live out there, and they couldn't figure out how to get to Denver for the show, so they canceled the show. Like, why they didn't have a Denver coordinator, I don't know. But so, ooh, I get a high five. The tiniest of high fives. No, you can't see it. I'm sorry. But yeah, so it's canceled because they suck. But we are going to raid Goonie B. I'm really excited for his stream tonight. He's going to be playing Minecraft and other community games with people, so if you want to come along and have some fun with us, that'd be great. That's crazy SMH. I know, I'm kind of bummed. Yeah, so I think we're starting off with Minecraft. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure we're playing Words on stream over there right now. But yeah, so we are gonna raid Gonibe. Please come along and have some fun. I made him something in Minecraft. We are doing Minecraft first. That's what his subject thingy is, or category, whatever it is. But I made him something in Minecraft, and I'm excited for him to see it. So I'm a little excited for that. Yeah, thank you all again for joining me this evening. Tomorrow, I will be doing a co-working stream. It should pretty much be from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. because I have meetings right before it and right after it. Yeah, so it should pretty much be in that window. And then I don't remember if this is I don't think this is the Saturday that I do Coffee and Color. I think it's the following Saturday. So, if you're down for a co-working stream, I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I hope to see you next Tuesday. Alright. Bye, guys. Thank you. See you on the other side, Chester.